Good morning. So today I have Guan with us, who is the CTO at Stealth Startup. He has had experience working with companies, driving them towards success. He has had built companies from scratch and making sure that companies can recruit the right talent. Let's welcome Guan on 10 Minutes of Hiring Wisdom, who will tell us about his experience when it comes to engineering, product, and leadership specifically, which he has mentioned as some of his high skills. Hi, Guan. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Mana?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining us, Juan. Can
Yeah.
you tell us about where you work, what your company does, and your position within the company?
Yeah. So the company is called Husky.ai. It's a stealth mode startup as of now. We have about 10 people already. The core product is to build an AI system that recognize brands like Apple, Nike, such brands, appearance in any form of multimedia like video, picture, text. And to be specifically, we want to understand what's the context of that appearance and build a knowledge graph about that. So it's a very AI heavy technology, and we target e-commerce as our first go-to-market.
Okay, wow. And where did the idea for this company come from? Just curious.
Yeah, it's from one of our co-founder. He's a IP attorney. He has been in the industry for almost 30 years, and he saw the growing pain of brand awareness, infringement risks among sellers and brand owners and stuff. That's how the idea came. And I was going to bring the AI or the technology piece of it um, to take the idea fly.
Okay. And how did you become a part of the company? Like, was there someone in your network that brought you into the company? Was it that you applied for the position? And what exactly has kept you with the company so far? Like, what is something special about the company that you were like, okay, I want to stay here?
Yeah, so as you know, I'm a co-founder of the company. So throughout my career, I always want to be an entrepreneur, and throughout my past career experience, either at big companies like LinkedIn or some startups, which went IPO and did really well. But throughout my career, I was trying to learn how the startup world works and what it takes to build a company, what kind of talent you need to be around you, and so forth. And I think last year, in the year of 2020, which is a special year for all of us, there's been a lot of difficulties and opportunities and so on. And I finally feel that I've been um, at the tipping point where I could be ready to build my own startup. And then I talked to a few people about different ideas, and this one stood out. And we have a good team with domain expert, technology expert, and business expert. That's how the company came alive. And then we've been doing fundraising, recruiting, and all the technical stuff. It's been quite challenging, but very exciting.
That sounds wonderful, and I'm glad that your idea was converted into reality where
Mhm.
you were able to start your own company, which is something that's very important.
Yeah.
And hats off to you to actually pursue your dream. So, I would love to hear regarding, you mentioned that you recruited as well. So,
Mhm.
when it comes to actually building up the team, initially, it's very hard to find the right talent. So, how were you able to deploy or employ some of those people that made up your core team?
Yeah. So there are many aspects of it. So throughout my career, I've been interviewing a lot. Um, I didn't count exactly, but almost I've interviewed about 300 or 400 of people in the
Wow.
Bay Area. All of them, I mean, majority of them are from those top talent companies, top tier companies, and they possess variation of talent, each one of them. So I developed a sense, if you will, to tell like who is good about what. And then when I build teams, I try to scope it out, like whether we build this product, we need this kind of talent, that kind of skills. Then we just work with recruiters and do some self sourcing as well to see which company or which kind of team turn to be good at what. And if that's what we want, we reach out to people and talk to them and gradually build up the team. I would say another insight is that recruiting is just like a random walk in the talent market. If you are familiar with the term random walk in mathematics, it means that close your eyes and just do random walk, and you will bump into people that you need. It just takes some time. But if you have the some intuition or guidance for the directions, you will bump into the right people in a shorter amount of time. But it's kind of luck and intuition altogether.
I love that. I love how you utilize such a good analogy to actually explain that, because I mean it makes sense that if you're randomly walking without knowing where you're going, you'll just end up on a long path and you will bump into someone eventually, but with some experience, with some knowledge, it'll always be good. So that's good to hear. And the last question for you would be that, is your company hiring? You mentioned that you just went through fundraising and everything. So I'm curious to see what positions are open for people out there who are looking for jobs.
Yeah. We actually just closed the hire for AI engineer, and we have openings for DevOps and salespeople at the moment.
Okay. And what kind of people, what kind of characteristics are you looking for in people specifically to join your team?
So the top priority is their integrity. You don't want to work with untrustworthy people. So that aside, being in a startup environment means that you have a strong growth mentality. You want to grow yourself. You want the company to grow with you and build a team, build a product. So entrepreneurship and growth mindset, that's what we take very seriously. And last but not least, the skill set. There's a If there's a good match between the job that need to be done and that person's skill set, we tend to move very quickly.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Juan. That is all for today.
Yeah.
Our time was up, but it was a pleasure having you as a guest, learning so much about
Mhm.
you, your wonderful company, and how you changed your idea into reality, which a lot of us aren't able to do so. But I wish you all the future success, and I hope your company continues to grow. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for having me.